Welcome back. Appreciate those of you who tune in regularly. Really appreciate you guys. Makes me want to do more videoing, and so I just wanted to do a little moto vlog being back from the Baja 500 and give you my afterthoughts and just how I'm feeling and what all went down. So I think first of all, it's been about 3 weeks and I have not been on the bike until today, and I just had to get out here. It's starting to get a little irritable and needing some throttle therapy, and I know most people can relate. I am gonna try to do this without the mic, and sometimes it turns out okay, sometimes it doesn't turn out well at all. So it's not really windy out today, and I do have the DB killer in, so I'm hoping the combination of the two will make it so we can just take a nice little cruise and just let some stuff off my chest and get it off my mind, put it out there. First and foremost, I do got to say that I had an absolute amazing time in Mexico. The Baja 500, or I should just say Score racing in general, it was just awesome all around. For it being my first time down there, I thought it was pretty well organized. They've been doing it so long that I think they have it down by now 56 times for the Baja 500. But considered myself any kind of pro rider, you know. I am like intermediate at best. So I didn't go down there hyping myself up as like some dope desert racer who was just gonna go down there and just blow everybody else out of the water. Far from it. I just wanted to go down there and experience it, set some realistic goals for myself and accomplish them. And I hope you go back and watch my pre-running video, because it's pretty difficult to like post up failures and post up yourself looking like a goon, you know. All the content out there are guys just ripping it, just blitzing whoops, sailing over doubles, and you know, so for me to put up a video of myself on the ground and burping like I'm about to throw up, it's pretty embarrassing. And just don't know that I don't take it lightly, putting something out there like that. It's pretty difficult, you know, and I understand the quality's not the best and it's kind of hard to watch, but I hope, you know, those of you who did watch it, or those of you who maybe skipped through it or saw it, can just understand that struggled big time. And a lot of it was my fault, you know, like the way I set up my bike. And that's kind of my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Because the proof is in the pudding, you know. On race day, it was a completely different showing. But yeah, so I attribute that to a lot of the setup on the bike, you know. Well, take it back a little bit. I started too late in the day. It was 11:30 by the time we started riding, and it was like over 90 degrees. I had full tanks of gas. I didn't need full tanks, but I was going down to Mexico. I thought, oh, I better fill up because gas is more expensive, and I'm going to be riding right away. I want to be prepared. Well, I should have been prepared properly with the right amount of fuel, not 8 gallons. So my bike was really heavy. And then lastly, man, I saw somebody mount up this Terraflex. It's a Terraflex. It's the name of the tire. And I saw them mounted up on their like KTM 990 or something, or 890. I don't even remember, but they posted up and it was the meatiest looking tire I'd ever seen in my life. I'm like, oh my god, that's the tire I want. It'll be good in sand, good in rocks. Well, $160 mistake. This tire is rock hard. In my section in the race was all rock, for the most part, in the beginning anyways. And this tire did not grip the rock at all. Any side hill, any off camber or rockiness at all, and the back tire was just skating around. It would not grip. It was just bouncing off everything, and it made for a real sketchy ride. And so it's stuff like this. So once I got up over the summit and back down, it was all sand washes, and the tire was a freaking beast. So on race day, we were using a golden tire, the 333, I think it is. It's a softer compound tire, plus a soft mousse. And the combination of the two, man, made all the world of a difference. The difference in the world. For my real shitty showing on my pre-run. And yeah, so again, just understand it's embarrassing for me to put it out there. I just want everybody to see what it was really like, because on race day I only have like the first 30 minutes of the race of my section, and then I wasn't thinking about switching batteries out on the GoPro. So yeah, I had a great time down in Mexico. I really got to thank Dustin, Mark, and Paul for all letting me come ride with them and not pulling the plug on me when my 3-hour section took me 6 hours in pre-running. So really got to give it up to those guys. They are all really experienced Baja racers, all Ironmen, and for them to let me come along was a true honor. So one thing people commented on the video was that my fan was running like this, and yeah, my fan runs a lot and there's no way to turn it off. My key is off right now and the fan is still running, and it will run and run and run and run and run. So I'm thinking, oh, if I get a different exhaust, maybe it would make a difference. I'm not sure, if the bike would run cooler then. On the race bike, it did not run like this all the time, the fan. And on other people's bikes that I've ridden with, again, their fans don't run all the time like mine. So I'm not sure why my bike runs so damn hot. So this is that TerraFlex. And I mean, it's got some big knobs on this thing. And so you would think that I would have good side hill traction and good rock traction. But this thing, just on any side hill, just skates out. These side knobs just don't grip. So this tire, poof, I'm gonna wear it out, but that's a no-go. And this is the TerraFlex, the US one. So there's a US one and a China one, I think, and this is the US made one. It's supposed to be steel belted and blah 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 blah. In the sand it's great, but outside of that, blah. So yeah, and the other thing that I've gotten recently on the bike is the Seat Concepts suede seat. Man, look at my fuel tank just blowing fuel out. Gosh, dude, this bike. See, that's annoying, man. It's running hot. Okay, and so here's the other thing. Having our Rally Standard Pro at my house right now, the race bike, I was able to pull off the ECU. And so I got the Rally Racing ECU in here today just to give it a different try, and man, it's minimal difference. Minimal difference. I thought maybe it'd help the bike run cooler. Obviously not. Just blowing fuel out the freaking vent. But besides that, I mean, besides the fueling issue, I love the bike. I just wish my bike ran a little cooler. So maybe contributing factors, maybe the exhaust, still having the stock header on there. This muffler, the way it connects down here is like a cone. It's almost like a universal one, so it's got like a cone shape. So the hole's only like, I don't know, maybe like an inch and a half. So that's restricting a lot of airflow. And then I also have the DB killer in there. So I feel like maybe if I was to get a full straight through exhaust, I'm thinking about going with the Uncle Wang's, and then had a race ECU tune on my ECU, that maybe the bike would run cooler. Because you can see, I mean, we've been talking here for 2 or 3 minutes, and it's still, fan is blowing away. In all my videos, this is me talking with the fan just blowing away. Pretty annoying. Well, we're about 3 weeks back from the Baja 500. Started to break into the race bike and getting stuff ordered, get set up for the Baja 400 coming up in September. And yeah, so I know I need to do some things to my bike as well, just to make it, better for pre-running and whatnot. And I have had this bike set up, adventurized, and going back down to Mexico if I'm going to pre-run. just gonna make it as light as possible. No rack, no saddlebags. I don't know if I got to do something different with the license plate, because no matter what, they get broken off. And this one is almost snapped off, and I just mounted it today. Different tire, softer moose, softer rear tire, not a rock hard tire like this stupid Terraflex. I'm gonna go back to a 51 tooth sprocket in the back. I don't need top end speed. Yeah, some of the things that I've done with this bike, I have put the timing key on there, and now that I've ridden other bikes without the timing key, just with the race ECU and the race exhaust, like the race bike, it builds power longer than this bike. This bike just wraps out real quick. So yeah, it has real quick snap, but then the power's gone. There's nothing left. So this bike, I'm like really having to wring it out more. I'm really like, when we were in the sand washes in Mexico on this thing, it did not, it just, there was no happy gear for it. It was either screaming in third, or in fourth, the clutch was making some kind of weird rattle sound. So I've got the Recluse in here, and I am probably going to go back to the stock clutch, because there was something in the Recluse in the sand, just way too much chatter. When I was having to get going, when I had to be in more of a slipping clutch situation, this Recluse really chattered, and I thought the clutch was going to go out on me when I was out there in the middle of nowhere. So that was kind of concerning. So back to the stock clutch. I am going to go with some kind of different exhaust. I'm going to put either the race, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do, guys. I think that this is causing my bike to run too hot, and because I even have the race ECU in there today, and it's still running super hot. Yeah, other thing I really like is this new seat concept seat. So yeah, man, we're ready to go back for the Baja 500 or 400 and the 1000. I think I'm doing it. Shit, I mean, Dustin hadn't said otherwise yet, so till then I'm gonna get out here, seat time consistently, build myself back up after being down there for 2 weeks almost. I'm sorry, down there for a little over a week. I just didn't have any desire to ride right now when I got back. I wanted to chill, and now that I'm ready to start riding, I think my bike needs some stuff done to it. So yeah, the race bike and the other Koves are running better than mine, that's for sure. Mine's kind of running like shit right now. So I hope to get that all situated with the stock clutch and a different ECU tune and different exhaust. So yeah, this knockoff AliExpress one, like I was mentioning, has a real small inlet to it, and I think it's just really stopping it up. So it needs to be more free flowing to get all the heat out of there. Let me know if you think something differently. I mentioned on the enduro cross training video on the Kove recently about my fuel issue, and they said, like, have you switched out for bigger fuel couplers yet? So I don't know exactly what he meant by that, but maybe I'll look into it. But all right, guys, as always, thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for some future content, getting our bike ready for the Baja 400, oil test results from the race bike, and yeah, we'll be doing some other stuff with suspension and removing the ABS pump and whatnot on this bike and the race bike. We got some cool sponsors coming on board. Camel ADV is hooking us up with a skid plate and with a clutch cover. So we got those installs and product reviews coming here soon. Dirt Tricks, give a shout out to Zach at Dirt Tricks for hooking us up with some sweet rear sprockets for the Kove race bike. And KTM Tom is working his magic on the suspension. He's most likely just going to freshen it up, revalve it maybe a little bit to some settings he's got for some Showa. We're going to run it, see if we like it. And yeah, we'll be putting a tower on the race bike as well. So we got that install to come. So yeah, let me know if you guys got any questions. Feel free to give us some suggestions or some opinions. Thanks, guys. Woo-wee! That's one beautiful big Bertha right there. Man, it's over 100 degrees right now. We got a storm, monsoons rolling in. Got a bent shifter. We don't care. It's a result of that horrible Baja pre-run. Dude, Kove, spongy front brake. The brake almost goes to the shifter. That's another thing. Pushing fuel, spongy brakes. See, I'd say those things, and some of you would be like, "See, I told you, piece of crap, China crap." Dude, it ain't even like that. Any bike. You've been running your shit as hard as I've been running it for 3,500 miles. Shit, you're gonna have the spongy front brake too. Bleed that shit. Allows you to grip it with your thighs. See, concept's got it going on. We just had rain yesterday. We had rain yesterday, man. This is what we call hero dirt in Arizona. Everybody talks about the hero dirt. You gotta come out after it rains. Can't miss it. right there. Got everything. Can't tell me dirt bikes aren't fun. Man, love it. Doesn't get better. Looks like they've just come through and graded this. It's like a highway.